Okay. So some best practices that I've been, learning while doing the hackathons. These hackathons. Of course, there's no secret sauce. So this is based on my personal experience. It's not something that is wrote in books or anywhere else. Maybe it works for me and for some other people. Maybe it works also for you, but maybe like for you, like there are like better tactics or ways in which you can be more productive during the weekend. Um, so what to expect in an hackathon? Like we will start tonight at 7. There will be like 36 hours in which you can code, build your project, which of course is like code based. And at the end, like I think the submission is Sunday morning, like 10 a.m. You will to submit the project with all the details, like the description, title, maybe some screenshots of what you built, a quick video demo to show the judges how you can use the project that you just built. So there's a bunch of stuff that you need to do during these 36 hours, counting also on sleeping a bunch of time, So the first thing, of course, is that you can hack alone, but especially the first times, I think it's better if you find a team that hopefully is complementary with your skills. So usually at hackathons, full stack developers are a great like role or position to have in the team because they can do multiple like tasks and activities in a single project. But like if you plan to have a team of 2 or 3, maybe you have a backend developer, a Solidity developer, a front-end developer, and that would be like the ideal, let's say, role division. Then of course, according to the project that you're building, you might not need a front-end developer because maybe you're just developing a new smart contract infrastructure that doesn't require like crazy UI UX, so simple like button interactions. Or maybe you're building something more on the infrastructure layer. But yeah, like usually I tend and we tend, I'm usually working with Frank and Paolo there. And Paolo is a full stack developer, Frank is a backend and Solidity developer. I'm mostly backend, but also do some design or like product stuff. I didn't say that I'm a full stack developer because otherwise Paolo gets gets mad at me. But I also had an experience in working in two people in a team, and it's not bad. Just like, and I know also people that love hacking solo, but I think especially the first times, like to understand what to do, how to do it, like at what speed to go. It's easier if you have somebody around that has more experience, of course. Another important thing is that you have 36 hours, so things that you can build in 36 hours, like you need very careful around the scope of the project that you are planning to build. So we are talking about like MVPs, or so cutting at the bare minimum the functionalities that demonstrate the value of what you're building. Because in the end, that's what judges like care about. They want to see projects that might have an impact in the ecosystem, maybe projects that might be showing new use cases or like some new innovative way in doing or in solving one problem. But of course, like you need to keep your scope small. And being it like very easy so that maybe people can start using whatever you built today, tomorrow. That's the best goal to have. So people need to be like ready to use this thing even tomorrow. Of course, like not production level, but still having an easy way to see the value that of what you built, solve maybe a problem for these people, for these users, customers, whatever, and even if in a test phase, like being functional. Another thing that is important during the hackathon, as you know, there are like some sponsors. Not only like prizes are not only like given by the hackathon organizers, but these sponsors that are coming, they want you to build with their technology because they need to test it, they need some feedbacks, and so they are giving out prizes for people that build the best projects with their technology. So let's say that there is this project, I don't know, like here we can talk about, maybe there's ENS, DragonSwap, Scaffold.eth. So if you use the technology that these projects are building, you can apply to their bounties. They will release some more specific like tracks or guidelines on what they expect you to build. So let's say maybe Scaffold.eth is a front-end development framework. And so if you build something cool using their framework, they will give you, I don't know, $1,000. I don't know how much, like it's the amount right now, but and the same holds for other projects, other companies. And when planning a project, of course, like you should also take into account the sponsors that are at the hackathon, because it's an opportunity for you to earn some money if you hopefully like create something meaningful for them, an opportunity for you to learn about these technologies, because if sponsors are here, they also want to talk with you. So if you're building something on Optimism, which is another sponsors and Layer 2 blockchain, you can talk with the team about the idea that you have, about what you want to build, and maybe they can give you feedback, they can teach you how to do something that you are not able to. They can help you in debugging stuff, and so it's important to learn what they want and what they need, and also get their help if needed. So it's very, and it's also an experience, you know, like for good experience for developers like us that usually like we don't have good communication skills. While if you start like talking with these companies, it's cool because you also learn how to talk with them, understand what they want, selling something, you know. Because if you want to win some prizes, in the end it's also cool if you, during the hackathon, you go to them many times, showing the progress that you're doing, so that they appreciate the work. Yes?
So during hackathon we allowed to bring them a project and to show?
Yeah, yeah.
To ask questions like, is this the right way?
Yeah,
This is the right
totally,
approach?
totally. So imagine there will be like multiple rooms with tables, maybe like these or larger tables, everybody hacking, and then there will be like we have now, like some sponsor booth where they are just hanging around, and if you need some help, wow. And if you need some help, you can just go there, ask them whatever, even like chit chat. Like, of course, like you need to optimize your time as well. So if you spend too much time talking with sponsors, then even if your scope is small, you don't have time to build your project. So it's important like to talk with them also, because when keeping the scope small, you also want to optimize it for what they want somehow. So understanding what's the key component or value that they're trying to get out of it, and put it in this small scope, because it's something that is meaningful for the project. Hello.
Hi.
What? Then that's another important thing, and is preparing a demo for two reasons, maybe like three reasons. I don't know. Like I already talked about communication, and it's cool like to have these video demos while you work through the product workflow or like whatever you build. Like you just showcase in 3 minutes the project that you built at the hackathon. So it's a good experience, and also a good proxy for you to understand if the project that you are building is too complex. Usually you start working on the demo Sunday night when the project is almost done and you just need to submit it. And sometimes, of course, like as I mentioned, I've been to more than 20 hackathons, so I've always been in charge in recording the video demos. And so I started to understand that when it takes me more than 3 or 4 minutes to, no, actually more than 30 minutes to record, because you know you need to make some trial and error. When it takes more than 30 minutes, it means that the project that you built is maybe you don't have a clear idea how to explain it, and so it's difficult even for you to explain it to others. And this is a good proxy to understand if it's too complex, if the scope is too large. And so while recording the demo, knowing that you need to be around 3 or 4 minutes, of course you need to prioritize in talking about the most important features, and those are in the end the ones that you should have included here, while excluding the rest would have been fine as well. And so the demo is a way, first of all, for you, again, like to work through your project. The submission is useful, the demo for the submission, because then judges that want to rewatch, maybe reevaluate your work, they can check it asynchronously. Because then there's also, at least usually, I don't know if here they are also having synchronous judging sessions. So usually at hackathons you have 2 types of judging, because there are, like, again, the hackathon main tracks, so chosen by the event organizers, and then there are the sponsors tracks, the one that I was talking about, the prizes. The hackathon tracks are usually judged by people selected by the organizers, and you have like 7 minutes, let's say, to go to them, pitch them your project, show them what you built, and then they will give you some feedback, hopefully, and at the end they will have some criteria to score your project, and there will be winners and losers. And of course, maybe if there's some ties, having a good project demo could be helpful, because later if they have some doubts, maybe I don't know if to decide with this project or this other one, just by checking your video, maybe they will give you one more vote or less, let's say. And so like recording this video demo is also a way for you to practice in pitching the live demo to these judges as well as the sponsors. Yeah, of course, like building something new. So this is like an additional thing, but nice to have. Like trying to build something that is new, innovative, that a new use case, a new way to solve a problem. It's interesting for everybody in the ecosystem. It's interesting for you to discover a new solution to a problem that maybe nobody didn't know how to solve, or maybe solving it in a more efficient way. For sponsors, it's also interesting to discover and ideate on new use cases that people can build with their technologies. And then in general, for the ecosystem, the community, if you build something new, you're bringing value to the table that others maybe can get inspiration from. And then about sleep. So I remember the first hackathons, I wasn't sleeping at all, maybe like just a couple hours. While then, I think after the 5th one or like the 6th one, we started doing with this strategy. So like on a Friday night, so tonight, usually we go to bed around 1 a.m., 2 a.m., no more than that. Then we woke up, I don't know, around 8 or 9, so you sleep a decent amount of hours. And then from tomorrow morning, when you wake up, till when you submit the project, you are awake. So you sleep tonight, at least that's what I will do. I will sleep tonight, maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, and then Saturday morning till Sunday morning, we'll finish the project, submitting, completing, whatever. Sometimes we ended up not sleeping at all. In Istanbul, I remember we didn't sleep in Sunday night. In London, we went to sleep at, I think, 6 or 7 a.m. Sometimes we went at 4 a.m., but that's the usual, according to what you're building, it changes. Maybe there are some bugs that you didn't expect. But yeah, I'd recommend to have a big productive chunk on Saturday, while spending the day-to-day in planning everything that you want to build tomorrow. So sketching up the idea, maybe some design even, learning about this new technology, a little experimentation, and then tomorrow when you're back, heads down building whatever you decided to build. And yeah, of course I mentioned prizes, which is cool, because you can travel around the world, attend these hackathons, and even win some money while having good food and meeting great people. And I think especially in the beginning, that's where most of the value comes from. So it's a good opportunity for you to learn, meet people, network, have fun. In the end, that this is what it should be about. Of course, again, like you can win money, but you can do it even like online, working, whatever. But doing an hackathon in person is much like better experience because you are surrounded by other developers, other great builders, and maybe have more experience than you, and can teach you something that that you didn't know, and maybe you connect with them. So there are like some friends even from Rome that were having their first hackathon last year here in Warsaw, and they didn't have a team. They found a team, and then they went on like 3 or 4 more other hackathons with the same team that they met here. So like even became good friends in building multiple projects in different hackathons. And yeah, like for these slides presentation, I think like best practices, it's here. So best of luck for the hackathon. And I will spend the rest of the time, like this afternoon here. So if you want to brainstorm on your project idea, if you have some other thoughts about what you should expect, or like, I don't know, we are here. It's me, Frank, and Paolo. Like we can help you in getting the best out of this weekend.